Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. We're diving into a CARSI article today, the Cleaning and Restoration Science Institute.
Right.
And they put together these 15 points, 15 ways businesses can kind of trip themselves up.
Yeah.
And it's really geared towards cleaning and restoration. But honestly, a lot of this stuff, it's like universal business advice.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of it applies across the board.
So I think this will be good for anyone listening who runs a business.
Definitely, yeah. No matter what industry you're in, the fundamentals are going to apply.
Mhm.
Like this first point, right? Customer retention. It's powerful stuff.
It's so key. And it's something I feel like a lot of people, they get kind of, I don't know, they get distracted by chasing new leads all the time,
Right.
that they forget about like nurturing the ones you've already got.
It's easy to get caught up in that chase.
It is.
But honestly, your existing customer base, those loyal customers you've already won over, that's a gold mine.
Totally. And it's way cheaper to keep a customer than to find a new one. Like
Yeah.
way cheaper.
Way cheaper. And this article, they actually cite a study from Harvard Business Review.
Oh, yeah?
And even a small increase in customer retention, like a 5% increase, can mean a huge jump in your profits.
Huge. Like, what was it, up to 95% or something like
Yeah,
that?
up to 95%, which is mind-blowing when you think about it, just from keeping that tiny bit of extra business.
It's wild. It's like that saying, happy customers are your best ads.
Exactly. And that ties directly into the next point, which is online reviews. I mean, think about it. What do you do when you're looking for a new service or trying a new restaurant? You look at reviews.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm like scrolling through, seeing what people are saying.
And you're not alone. That article said something like 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation.
It's like asking your friend, hey, is this place any good? But instead, it's like a whole bunch of friends.
Right. A whole army of friends vouching for them, or, on the flip side, warning you away.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Bad reviews, they can really hurt. I mean, the article, it mentioned they could scare away like 20% of potential customers.
It's a big deal, and in this day and age, you can't afford to ignore what's being said about you online. You have to manage your online reputation.
It's so important. You want those happy customers to be shouting their praises from the rooftops, leaving those glowing reviews.
For sure. Word of mouth is gold.
Right. And on the flip side, you've got to be ready to deal with those negative reviews. And not just deal with them, but deal with them quickly and professionally.
Absolutely. Because how you respond to those negative reviews, that says a lot about your business.
It shows you care, that you're listening, and that you're willing to make things right.
Exactly. It builds trust.
And speaking of trust, good old-fashioned word-of-mouth marketing, that's still huge.
Oh, it's huge. People trust recommendations from folks they know way more than some fancy ad. This CARSI article said something like trillions of dollars are driven by word of mouth every year.
Trillions. It's incredible.
It is, and it shows how important it is to deliver that exceptional experience that gets people talking.
And part of that, and this is something the article touched on too, is speed. Like how quickly you respond to leads.
Oh, yeah. Speed is key. I mean, think about it. If you're a customer and you're reaching out to a few different businesses, the one that gets back to you first, that shows they're on top of things.
Right, and that they value your time. They're not leaving you hanging.
And the article actually cited some research businesses responding to a lead within an hour. They're way more likely to qualify that lead.
Way more likely.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, right? Because if they're slow to respond to a lead, it's like,
Red flag.
right. It makes you wonder, are they disorganized? Are they just not interested?
And that responsiveness, it's not just about the initial contact. It's about the entire experience that a customer has with your business.
It's about being there for them every step of the way, answering their questions quickly, dealing with any issues efficiently, even just following it up after a service call.
All those little things add up to create an impression. It shows you're committed to that customer.
Totally. And you know what else has a huge impact on that customer experience?
What's that?
Your employees. Your employees.
Yeah, your team. It's amazing how often we forget about the most important part of the equation.
It's true. In this CARSI article, they actually highlight this point that, happy employees equal happy customers.
It's like, it's not rocket science, right?
Right. But it's so true, and the numbers back it up. They cited a Gallup study companies with engaged employees, like really engaged employees. They see like 147% higher earning per share than their competitors.
147%. That's massive.
It's huge. So it really does pay to invest in your team.
It really does. Because when your employees are happy, they're invested. They're going to go that extra mile for your customers.
Absolutely. It's like investing in your team,
Yeah.
investing in your success. And speaking of investments, the article also dives into the tech side of things.
Tech, which, let's be honest, it can be a game changer.
It can.
Yeah.
And they really highlight CRM systems.
CRM.
Customer relationship management. It's a mouthful.
It is a bit of a mouthful.
But basically, it's like having a super organized brain for all of your customer info.
Exactly. Think of it as your secret weapon for keeping track of everything. Every interaction, every detail, all in one place.
Okay, so break it down for those of us who aren't like tech wizards.
Yeah.
What's so great about these CRMs?
Well, for starters, they can really boost your sales. I mean, Salesforce, they're a big name. In the CRM world, they found that using a CRM can increase sales by almost 30%.
Wow.
Yeah. On top of that, you can see a boost in productivity, like over 30% improvement. And get this, your sales forecasting, way more accurate.
Okay, how much more accurate are we talking?
Think like 42% more accurate? Yeah, you're taking a lot of the guesswork out of it, which means you can hit those targets.
That's huge. But it can't just be any old CRM, right? You got to choose the right one for your business, your needs, and then you got to use it right.
Exactly. It's not a magic bullet, right? You have to put in the work.
Right.
But the right CRM, it's like having an assistant manager who's laser focused on keeping those customers happy and coming back for more.
Okay, so it is like a secret weapon.
It really is. And speaking of secret weapons, the article also talks about mobile optimization, which in this day and age, it's not even really optional anymore.
It's not. It's a must-have.
It's a must-have because think about it. How many people do you know who are constantly on their phones?
Oh, pretty much everybody.
Right. And the article actually cited a study that over 60% of mobile users, they're more likely to contact a local business if their website is easy to use on their phone.
Which makes sense, because if you're on your phone, you're not going to be messing around with some clunky, hard-to-navigate website.
No way. And let's not even talk about load times. If your website takes forever to load, people are bouncing.
They're out of there.
Gone. They're on to the next one. Google actually did some research on this, and they found that more than half of mobile users will abandon a website if it takes more than 3 seconds to load.
3 seconds, that's it.
3 seconds. You got to grab their attention fast.
That's wild. So yeah, mobile optimization, it's not a nice to have.
Nope.
It's essential.
Absolutely. And you know what else goes hand in hand with that?
What's that?
Video marketing.
Video, which again has just exploded in the past couple of years.
Exploded. And for good reason. Cisco actually predicts that by next year, 2025, video content is going to make up about 82% of all internet traffic.
82%. That's crazy.
It's huge, but it makes sense, right? People love video.
It's engaging, it's easy to digest, it's shareable.
Exactly. And when it comes to marketing, video just works. In fact, the article mentioned that using video can actually get you more qualified leads than not using video.
It's so powerful. But here's the big question. What kind of videos should businesses be putting out there?
Right. What kind of videos work? Well, it depends on your industry, who you're trying to reach. But there are some things that tend to work across the board, you know? Think behind-the-scenes peeks at your business, customer testimonials, those real stories. People love that stuff.
Oh, for sure.
And then educational content, of course. Providing value, positioning yourself as the expert.
Give the people what they want.
Exactly.
Now, this CARSI article, it doesn't stop there. They also dive into something that I'm actually really passionate about. Sustainability.
Sustainability. It's not just a buzzword anymore.
It's not. It's something that, especially millennials and Gen Z, they're really making their purchasing decisions based on a company's sustainability practices.
Oh, absolutely. They want to support businesses that align with their values.
Right. And the numbers back it up. Like a Nielsen report found that 66% of global consumers are willing to pay more for sustainable products and services.
Wow, 66%.
They're putting their money where their mouth is. So businesses really need to take note.
They do, because it's not just about attracting those environmentally conscious customers either. Sustainability, it can actually save you money in the long run.
It can.
You know, reducing waste, saving energy, it all adds up.
Totally.
Plus, it's great for your brand's reputation. It can even boost employee morale.
It's a win-win-win.
Exactly.
But I get it. Sustainability, it can feel kind of overwhelming, right?
Right.
Especially for small businesses. You're already juggling a million things. So where do you even begin?
Right. It can feel like, oh my gosh, where do I even start?
It feels like a big thing to tackle.
It is a big thing, but you don't have to do everything at once. I think a good place to begin is just to look at what you're doing right now.
Okay, yeah.
And see if there are any small changes, you know, small manageable changes that you can build on.
Like what kind of things?
Well, like even something as simple as switching to cleaning products that are a little gentler on the environment.
Right.
Or if you haven't already, finally setting up that recycling program you've been meaning to get to.
Yes,
Sometimes those small steps, they can make a big difference.
totally. And I think even just talking about it, raising awareness among your employees, your customers, I think that's huge too.
Oh, absolutely. Education is key. It gets people thinking about it, maybe making those changes in their own lives too.
It's true. Now, this CARSI article also touches on another important aspect of running a successful business,
Right.
and that's workplace safety,
Right. Safety.
which, it might not be the first thing that comes to mind when we think about growth,
Right.
but it's definitely connected.
It's huge. And it can actually save you money in the long run too.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, Safe Work Australia, actually, they found that businesses that have really strong safety protocols in place, they see a reduction in their workers' comp costs.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like a significant reduction, about 40%.
Wow, 40%. That's not insignificant.
No, that's huge. And it's not just about the financial benefits either.
Right.
When you create a culture of safety in the workplace, it does wonders for morale. People want to work somewhere where they feel safe.
Absolutely. It shows you care about them, about their well-being. And when people feel valued, when they feel safe, they're more likely to stick around. They're more productive.
Exactly. It's a win-win for sure.
It really is. So it's about being proactive, not reactive when it comes to safety.
Exactly. And that actually ties back to something we were talking about earlier about certifications and insurance.
Yes. This CARSI article really stressed the importance of both of those things, especially in an industry like cleaning and restoration, where there are some very specific risks.
Right. You're dealing with chemicals, potentially hazardous situations. You need to know what you're doing.
Right.
And those certifications, they show your customers that you're serious, that you meet industry standards, that you're equipped to handle their needs safely.
It's like a stamp of approval
Exactly.
that builds trust and credibility.
For sure. And then insurance, well, that's your safety net, right?
Right.
In case something does happen, you're protected. And it gives
Yeah.
you that peace of mind to focus on your business.
To focus on the big picture.
Exactly. And, when you think about everything we've talked about today, from customer retention and happy employees to embracing technology, prioritizing sustainability, building that culture of safety, it all comes back to creating a business that's built to last.
A business that's not just about the bottom line, but about making a positive impact
Mm.
on your employees, your customers, the planet, all of it.
Right. It's about playing that long game, making choices that are good for everyone.
It's inspiring when you think about it.
It is. And it can be a lot of fun, too, building a business that you're proud of.
Yeah, that's something worth striving for. And on that note, that wraps up our deep dive into this CARSI article.
Fantastic.
We covered a lot today. But we want to leave you with this. What's one small action you can take today that will help you build a stronger business?
Yes. What's that one step you can take?
It could be reaching out to a happy customer, showing some appreciation to a team member, maybe exploring a new CRM system, finally making that sustainable swap you've been thinking about. Or maybe it's taking a closer look at your safety protocols.
Whatever it is, take that step.
Because even small changes, they can create ripples. And those ripples, they can turn into waves of change.
They can.